I don't cook.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to My Truth. This is your host, Jess, with the most, and we are in the mix. So, as you all know, we had a part 1 with my hairstylist, and because it was so dope, we had to come with a part 2. Now, of course, y'all know I'm looking a little bit rough, but it's forgiven because I'm in good hands. Right, Mesha?
Right.
So Mesha actually was chit-chatting, and I said, Mesha, look, we got to do a part 2, man, because the reality is this. You got a lot of wisdom to share. You got a lot of insight. But at the end of the day, we got nosy folks. And nosy folks want to know, where are you now in your journey? So I know that you are adjusting, you're striving, you're pushing, you have some goals, some aspirations that you're working on. So actually, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that? Because I know you were sharing in private, but you know me. I like not telling other people business and telling other people truth. I think it should come from the source, like they say, the horse mouth.
Okay, so do I just recap? I got released from prison after serving 21 years in December of 21. So I've been home almost 3 years. And I've been basically living with my son, and then I moved somewhere else. So I finally found stable employment, but I got a certification. So I'm trying to find something that's more of a career so that I can make enough money to get my own place. So that's one of my goals.
Cool.
To get my own place.
Okay.
And navigating living alone, and that
Basically
space.
settling back into your
Yeah.
what they call that, in your own space, into your own environment, into your own routine, improve, because of course you came out as an improved individual. You came out with a better vision of life, and things that you now experience have shown you, and you have learned your lessons. Now you just want to just be better, right? So Mesha, you're like 40 something, right?
I'm 45.
45. So dang, that's a long time. But the good part of it is that you came out with a mindset of still striving and wanting to do better for yourself. So you have a certification. What is your certification in?
My certification is in recovery peer support specialist.
Dang.
So what it is that it uses your lived experiences to help others navigate their lives.
Gotcha.
So you were saying, Jesse, that I came out here a better person. In one sense, I did. I know I don't want to go back to prison. But in the other sense, I do realize that I have a lot of issues because of my incarceration.
Okay.
I'm kind of, some people say, institutionalized a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard for me to develop. I guess I have commitment attachment issues because of the stuff I've experienced, not only in life, but in there. I don't really trust people well.
Got you.
And just navigating that part of life. So I'm okay with being alone, even though I don't want to be alone.
Well,
So
so let's be transparent and let's be honest. I think all of us that have experienced at some point in time some type of hurt or something that have caused us to have trust issues, I think we all in the same boat when it comes to that. Because those are traumas that we're dealing with. Now, you recognize, you take accountability of it. So the question will be, what do you feel you can do? Or what tools you feel you could use to actually navigate through that, the trust part? Because I have a good friend, which is actually a psychologist. I have another YouTube content creator from Beautiful Minds. She's a therapist. So there are different ways. I know a lot of people do journaling. A lot of people use their faith as part of it. But sometimes we need tangible community support. So these are things that I'm mentioning, and the reason I'm mentioning is because a lot of times we're trying to figure it out on a day-to-day basis, but we need a little bit more of support system. So what is your support system, basically? Do you have a support system?
I talk to my mom a lot. So my mom is a missionary in Africa. She's in Africa right now. She takes like 6 months and goes to
Hey,
Africa.
Mom, how are you?
And so she's in Ghana right now doing missionary work. So
Yeah.
I talk to my mother a lot. But I have learned, and of course my higher power, but God. But I have learned so I don't know if people know what ad seg is. So I spent 2.5 years in ad segregation. That's where you're in a little bitty room. You don't have no kind of interaction with people, no touch. When you leave, you're in belly chains, leg iron, handcuffs. So I'm used to being on my own, and I've learned those coping skills on my own, which may be healthy, it may not be healthy. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I am my biggest, what's that called?
Cheerleader. Gotcha.
I'm my biggest cheerleader. I just roll like I'm just used to.
So you're solo.
Things on my own because I don't want to be let down by people,
but that would be considered
sad,
part of the
true.
trust part, right?
Yeah.
Because it's hard
And
to
I don't
trust
really
people.
give people opportunity, really. You know. So.
Well, okay. So you mentioned something really interesting. Your mom is a missionary, right? So I know your mom is pouring into you from the Word of God, which is something that if you anchor your faith on it, it helps you a lot. But one of the things that we have to recognize is that we were not created to be alone. That's from the Creator itself. That's why it means that we need that tangible support system around us. So in this particular situation that you're talking, as far as it's hard for you to trust individuals because of what you have experienced. You were isolated basically for 2 years. That even make it more difficult for you to even open up and trust anyone, which will also probably explain the reason why you're not opening that door for anyone to come in. You said something really interesting right now, so you don't be let down, so you don't be disappointed again. That's it's kind of tough. The reason I say it's tough is because I don't know. I just don't see how you do it. Like, how do you do it? Like, how do you manage it? Like, just not to interact with, you can interact, but you're just not opening up that door to let anyone get that close to where they disappoint you, cause you pain, or cause you hurt.
Well, I've had a few experiences, relational experiences since I've been out here. And that kind of made it worse. And so I just feel like my picker is broke. That's what my son told me too. But I'll say I have two people that I can call my friends.
Okay.
One is one of my friends. She served 13 years in prison. Okay. She got out a year or so ago. So we can bounce off ideas and we can talk and she understands, she can relate.
Gotcha.
You know, because she's kind of facing the same thing that I face.
Gotcha. And
I have two associates that we don't talk often, but we talk, you know, to help me navigate things like my goals, how to go by. So what most people out here know, I'm just learning and I'm adapting and I'm getting to know. Like how y'all knew how to do a resume, how y'all know how to do credit, how y'all knew, you know, the basic things people my age supposed to know.
Gotcha. So
I can't say it's hard because I'm used to it. I just wish that when I do get around people, sometimes it makes me sad because I feel like I'm not adequate enough to adapt, or I don't want to adapt to go through the rough stuff. I just be like, I ain't got time for it. My patience is short. Or so I'll see something that'll trigger me to think of something that happened before. And I'll be like, you know, I'm going to cut this short because I know how this turned out in my other situation.
Gotcha. So,
do I want to be alone? No. But do I want to bring my baggage into someone else? It's not really about the person, it is too. But I feel like Kamisha is too much. Even at my best, like I'm too much, you know. But my friend is like, for the right person, Misha, you're not too much, you know. But I don't want to bring my junk, my toxicity to someone else's life. And I'm kind of used to that. I'm used to that from being in there too. And before out here. So I'm used to it. I don't feel lonely. I'm okay with my company. And when I feel lonely, I'll go take myself out. I take myself on dates. It ain't like I'm just sitting in the house chilling, go get my hair done, get my nails done. And I'm good. I'm so happy to be out here. I'll be like, oh, girl, get my hair nails done. You know, listening to music, getting a bubble bath, like the stuff, it's like fulfilling and meaningful for me. But sometimes I do want the companionship. I want, you know, the friendship sometimes, but I'm not the kind of friend that I got to chill every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't like feeling, what's that called? I don't know. I don't like feeling overshadowed. It makes me feel weird because I'm not used to that. I'm just now, I hug people, but I remember when I first got home, I wasn't used to people hugging me and touching me, and, you know, or people like, Mesha, I really care about you. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, what does that, you know, okay, what's gonna come next? You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So it's a sad situation, but it's a true situation, which brings me back to why I got the certification, because I want to be able to help. My biggest dream is to be able to, if God sees fit, years down the line when I get myself together, is to possibly get a re-entry for inmates coming out of prison that served a lot of time, to help them navigate the stuff that I had a hard time navigating. You know what I mean? But that's a long time coming, because I need some therapy my own self. But I have a heart for the people, the homeless, the down, like, you know, where most people be like, oh, in my heart, I'm like, dang, you know, I feel it. I feel what they feel.
Because you have walked in their shoes. Like, you can relate to somebody better than I could, or even Sean could, because certain experiences that you went through, we have not gone through. So some of the things that we take for granted, you're not taking for granted. You know, having a roof, being able to take a hot shower, bubble baths, you know, those things we take out here in the free world, we take it for granted. But for somebody who's been institutionalized, or that has gone through imprisonment, who their freedom have been taken, when you come out, your perspective about life is different. It's, you said it's sad, but it's the truth. I think I would prefer to change the word sad, and the only reason I say it is because it's not sad. Everything that happens in our life, whether it be good or whether it be bad, there's a reason why God allowed it to happen. And a lot of times has nothing to do with us. It's crazy, but it really don't. Because you said one thing right now that speaks volume. Despite of the experience you went through, you came out with a mindset that you want to help someone else to be able to navigate through that. Because it was not easy for you when you came out. You didn't have the necessary tools as far as, hey, mindset of navigating through it, learning it. You are learning it now because you have people around you who have actually positioned themselves to do that, to be a source of wisdom, a source of direction and knowledge for you. So being able to have that kindness and that caring heart towards other individuals who are going through the same path, or walk through the same path as you did, to help them navigate it a little bit easier, I think that should be applaud. And the reason I say should be applaud is because a lot of people in this world that has the freedom, it's all about me, myself, and I. If we think about other people and we think about how we can help other people, I feel society will be a lot better. But everybody's always trying to see who they can hustle and who they can get over and who they can, what I can get out of you. We should change that mind frame. We should change that mindset and try and help other people. Not because you're going to get something out of it, but because it's just show some kindness. And by doing that, you get rewarded. So your dream and your goal is to somewhere or another position an organization that you can reach out to fellow inmates that are coming out to transition through the process and help them position themselves to be successful.
Yes.
There might be other organizations out there that may do that. But one of the things that I feel deep down inside is that yours is different. And it's all about the mindset. Your mindset is not about the hustle of the money. Your mindset is about really and truly helping people out there. So to anybody out there who has the resource, has information, that you have some type of contact or connection, There's a willing heart out here that wants to give back. So please, 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 please don't hesitate. Reach out to Mesha. Reach out on the link. Reach out on the bio. Whatever information you need from her, she wants to just be there to help others navigate through it. And I know a lot of times we say, well, down the line, this is the goal. Right now, despite of where we at, and this is just me, it does not matter what condition you are in right now. All God wants is a willing heart. And if you have a willing heart, he will set everything into place in his time for you to line up and achieve the goal. Because at the end of the day, it's about helping those who are less fortunate. Mesha, you're going to get your place. You're going to get situated. Everything is in God's timing. But guess what? Yeah. You lined up with him, he will make everything else fall. And one of the things that you said, which is part of this, pretty much of this journey, is healing. And healing takes time. It's a day-to-day work. It's daily work. And one of the things you said is about, you might say, hey, I need therapy. I think we all need therapy. We all do need therapy because we're so jacked up in so many ways. We have so many people, walking around with baggage, but it's not baggage that cannot be resolved. It's actually, in all honesty, it's not even baggage. It's just traumas that you go through. And if you want to heal from it and you have the disposition and the willingness and the heart to do so, you put in the work and you have the support system around you, you can achieve that. You can achieve it. Mesha.
Yes. You're
doing a great work, girl.
Thank you. You are too.
Why? Because I'm just keeping my head still. But I'm just saying. But but in all honesty, y'all know this is part 2. But again, we always going to come up with a part 3 because we have to see this all the way through. We got to see the finished goal. And I know it's coming. Y'all going to be so surprised that it's going to be even before y'all even figure it out. So Mesha, thank you again for sharing with us. Thank you again for being so candid with it. And of course, thank you again for getting me hooked up. My head needs some help, girl.
You're welcome.
Until next time, y'all stay true to who you are. Remember, in all things, never compromise. Keep chasing your dreams, and peace.
I don't cook.
Okay, Lamborghini Mercy. Yo, chick, she so thirsty.